Jai Hind to all of you. I am Updesh Kumar Jaiswal, working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today, I am going to deliver a lecture of the subject Constitution of India, Law and Engineering. The subject code is KNC 501. Today, the topic of my lecture is e-governance and business organization. The lecture outline will be definition of e-governance, objectives of e-governance, smart governance, types of interaction in e-governance, advantages of e-governance, disadvantages of e-governance, business organization, sole trade partnership, and finally references. E-governance. These are the different pictures which are showing the e-governance in India. The E alphabet in e-governance stands for electronic. Thus, e-governance is basically associated with carrying out the function and achieving the results of governance through the utilization of information and communication technology. Hence, e-governance is basically a move towards smart governance, implying simple, moral, accountable, responsive, and transparent governance. E-governance also ensures government to be transparent in its dealing, accountable for its activities, and faster in its responses as part of good governance. The definition of e-governance is e-governance or in short electronic governance. Electronic governance implies government functioning with the application of ICT. ICT means information and communications technology. So we can say e-governance implies government functioning with the application of ICT. So it is important to know what is the origin of e-governance in India. E-governance originated in India during the 1970s with a focus on in-house government application in the area of defense, economic monitoring, planning and deployment of ICT to manage data-intensive function related to election, tax administration, etc. The initial steps were taken in India. The creation of the Department of Electronics in 1970 was the first major step towards the e-governance in India. In India, as it brought information and its communication to focus. National Informatics Center. It is a public sector organization which is established in 1977 in India, launched the District Information System program to computerize all district offices in the country of India. The main thrust for e-governance was provided by the launching of NICNET in 1987, the National Satellite-Based Computer Network. So, what are the objectives of e-governance in India? Better service delivery to the citizens of India, help in transparency and accountability, empowering people through information, improve efficiency with government, that is between center state or interstate. It also improve interface with business and industry. There are four important pillars to handle the e-governance in India, and those are people, process, technology, and resources. People are performing the different process using some technology, and some resources are required to perform those processes. Smart governance. It is very important term used in e-governance, that is the smart. The meaning of smart is simple, moral, accountable, responsive, transparent. Here S is represent for simple, M stands for moral, A stands for accountable, R stands for responsive, and T stands for transparent. Simple implies simplification of rules and regulation of the government and avoiding complex process with the application of ICTs, and therefore providing a user-friendly government to the citizen of India. Moral meaning the emergence of new system in the administrative and political machinery with technology intervention to improve the efficiency of various government agencies. Accountable develop effective information management system and other performance measurement mechanism to ensure the accountability of public service functionalities. Responsive, R stands for the responsive, R represent the responsive. It speed up process by streamlining them, hence making the system more responsive, more efficient. Transparent, providing information in the public domain like website or various portals, hence making function and processes of the government transparent all over the India, all over the world. Various information are shown on the websites and some apps are also available from the government side in India. Interaction in e-governance. While performing the e-governance, different types of interaction are performed. Basically, there are 4 kinds of interaction in e-governance. The first one is G2C. It represents government to citizens. G2B, government to business. G2E, government to employees. And fourth one is government to government. Here, different interaction are shown via this diagram and who are using when it is represented in this diagram. Government to citizen, G2C, interaction between the government and the citizens. This enables the citizen to benefit from the efficient delivery of a large range of public services. G2B, it enables the business community to interact with the government by using e-government tools. Governments to employ this kind of interaction is between the government and its employees who are working there. Government to government, G2G, enables seamless interaction between various government organizations, government entities. This kind of interaction can be between various department agencies within government or between two governments like the union and state governments. So, what are the advantages of e-governance? It is important to know. The first advantage, which is very important, speed up. Technology makes communication speedier. Internet, phone, smartphone, cell phone have reduced the time taken in normal communication, normal calculation. Cost reduction, convenience, improved customer services, increased access to information, accountability and transparency. These are the main advantages of e-governance. Speed will be increased, cost will be reduced, and it will be very convenient to the every people of India to use the government website applications. It improves the customer services, customer satisfaction, increase access to information. E-government improves the accessibility of government information to citizens of India, allowing it become an important resource in the making the decision that affect daily life, and so it helps in the empowerment of the citizens of India. Accountability, I already discussed. Once the governing process is made transparent, the government is automatically made accountable. Accountability is answerability of the government to the people. It is the answerability for the deeds of the government, and accountable government is a responsible government. Transparency, I also discussed earlier, use of ICT makes governing process transparent. By using the ICT, the governing process will be transparent. All the information of the government would be available on the internet, website, applications, etc. Along advantages, there are some also disadvantages of e-governance. Electronic government also consists on certain disadvantages. The main disadvantage of electronic government is to move the government service into an electronic based system. This system losses the person to person interaction, which is valued by a lot of people. In addition, the implementation of an e-government service that with many technology-based service, it is often easy to make the excuse, like the server has gone down, the internet is not working, the signals are very weak. These type of problem will provide the poor services, and that problems with the service provider are because of the technology. Studies have shown that there is potential for a reduction in the usability of government online due to factors such as the access to the internet technology and usability services and ability to access the computer. People are very illiterate of the India, so many people don't know how to use the computer, how to use the internet, how to use the websites, how to learn the information from any website, how to use the application, how to download and upload the apps. These are the different problems which are arised while using e-governance. And the main problem is the unemployment that will be also arises in India, all over the world. The implementation of an e-governance does have certain constraints. Literacy of the users and the ability to use the computer. Users who do not know how to read and write would need assistance. They need help. They need training. An example would be the senior citizen who will deny to use the computer system. In general, senior citizens do not have much computer education and they would have to approach a customer service office for assistance. And also in case of rural people, it gives scope for middlemen who distort the information. In rural area, there is a problem of internet, there is problem of availability of the computer, and illiterate people are not using the computers, so there are lots of problems created while using the e-governance services. Even though the level of confidence in the security offered by government websites and high, the public are still concerned over security. The security issues also arise. Fear of spam from providing email addresses and government retention of transaction or interaction history. There may be some hacking process. Websites are hacked, information are disclosed. There has been growing concern about the privacy of data being collected as a part of UID project. The security of cyberspace and misuse of data is still holding back the citizen to full adoption of Aadhaar card. Now, these e-governance are useful in case of business organization. So it is also important to understand what are the different business organizations and what are their roles, what are their importance, what are their advantages. Business organization, sole trades and partnership. Here this diagram shows the sole trades. Here two partners are working together in a company. Business organization. The term business organization describes how business are structured and how their structure helps them meet their goals. In general, business are designed to focus on either generating profit or improving society. When a business focuses on generating profit, it is known as the non-for-profit organization. When an organization focuses on improving the social good through the arts, education, healthcare, or some other area, is known as the non-profit, not-for-profit organization, and is not typically referred to as a business. There are different category of business organization that relate to how the business is established, owned, and operated in India. The basic category of business organization are sole trades and partnership firms. Each type of business organization has benefits as well as disadvantages, which I will discuss later in next PPT. Sole trades are sole traders. Sole trade is the oldest and most commonly used form of business organization. It is as old as civilization is. Historically, it appears that business first started with this form of organization. With the development of science and technology, the needs of the business also increased and new form of organization developed. This organization is also known as solo proprietorship, individual proprietorship, and single entrepreneurship. In sole trade organization, an individual is at the helm of affairs. He makes all the investment, share all the risk, takes all the profits, manages and control the business himself. No another body is involved. He is taking all the risk. The sole trader mainly depends up to his own resources, so the business is generally on a small scale basis. The business is normally run with the help of family members, but he may employ a person to look after the day-to-day activities of the business. So far as his liability is concerned, it is unlimited. So, what is the bookish definition? The individual entrepreneurship is the form of business organization on the head of which stands an individual as the one who is responsible, who directs its operation, who alone run the risk of failure. According to L.H. Henning, the business is in the hands of one person who is not only responsible for its management but also for its risk. In simple words, we can say a sole trader is a person who carries on business exclusively by and for himself. He is not only the owner of the capital of the undertaking, but is usually to organize and manage. He also takes all the profits and responsibility for losses. Mainly, he is taking the risk. Characteristics of the sole ownership. It is an individual initiative, unlimited profits and liability, management and control, motivation is always behind this. Proprietor and proprietorship are a single person. Secrecy, owners and business exist together. Limited area of operations. Free from legal formalities. Since only one person is involved, so very less legal formalities are required. Anytime he can start and end the process. Organization. Freedom in selection of trade, distribution of profits. There is only a single person, there is no need of distribution. All the profits will go to the entrepreneur. Objective of sole trade business. Channelize individual funds. Strengthen distribution channel. The third objective is serve consumers, create self-employment opportunities, avoid concentration of wealth, help large business. Formation of sole trade business. A sole trade business is such a form of organization which requires no formality to set it up. Any individual can set up a business whenever he likes. There is no legal requirement to form a sole trade business. However, if some business require a prior sanction of the government, then such formality will have to be completed only. Since most of the retail trade is in the hands of the sole traders, the selection of a place for setting up the business is very important. The requirement of customers should be considered while selecting a business site. It is a very important point. Sole trade business can be closed at any time by the proprietor. As in case of other forms of organization, no legal formalities are required to be performed for binding up of this business. Both formation and binding up of sole trade business is an easy process. The advantages of a sole ownership include owners can establish a sole proprietorship instantly, easily and inexpensively. Sole ownership carry little, if any, ongoing formality. A sole ownership need not pay unemployment tax on himself or herself. Owners may freely mix business or personal assets. There are some disadvantages also. Owners are subject to unlimited personal liability for the debts, loss, liability of the business. Owners cannot raise capital by selling an interest in the business. Sole ownership rarely survive the debt or incapacity of their owners and so do not retain value. So, partnership firms come into the picture. So, in India, how the partnership term is defined: a legal form of business operation between two or more individuals who share management and profits. The federal government recognizes several types of partnership. The two most common are general and limited partnership. A partnership is a kind of business where a formal agreement between two or more people is made and agreed to be the co-owners, distribute responsibility for running an organization, and share the income or losses that the business generates. In India, all the aspects and functions of the partnership are administered under the Indian Partnership Act 1932. This specific law explains that partnership is an association between two or more individuals or parties who have accepted to share the profits generated from the business under the supervision of all the members on behalf of other members. Features of partnership: agreement between the partners, two or more persons are involved, sharing of profit among the partners, business motive, mutual business, unlimited liability. Every partnership has unlimited liability. Types of partnership: general partnership, limited partnership, limited liability partnership, partnership at will. Indian Partnership Act 1932. Most of the business in India adopt a partnership business. So, to monitor, control and govern such partnership, the Indian Partnership Act was developed on the 1st October 1932 in India. Under the Partnership Act in India, an agreement is made between two or more persons who agrees to operate the business together and distribute the profits they gain from this business. Advantages of partnership: easy to form, large resources, flexibility, sharing the risk will be shared among all the partners, combination of different skills. Different partners have different skills, so due to variety of the skills, combination of the skills, many advantages will be achieved, many profits can be achieved. Here I have mentioned the 11 point of differences between the sole trader and partnership. The basis of differences is legal formality, legislation, number of members, agreement, secrets, capital, decision, risk management, continuation of business, distribution of profit. Sole trader, no legal formalities had to be followed for starting the business. But in case of partnership, few legal formalities to be followed for starting the business. Legislation, it is not controlled by any legislation. It is regulated by the Partnership Act 1932. It is totally one member business. There should be at least 2 members. Maximum number of members is 20 in case of general business and 10 in case of banking business. Agreement, it does not require any agreement. In this agreement are required. Secret, business secrets can be maintained. Business secret cannot be maintained because the information is distributed among the partners. Supply of capital is limited. More capital can be secured. There is no delay in making decision. There may be delay in making decision because we are taking the decision and opinion from the different partners. Risk to be totally borne by the person. Risk to be shared among the partners. In this, risk is only bear by a only single person. Many persons are involved in case of partnership. Management, inefficient management due to limited supply of skill. Collective skill of partner lead to efficient management. Continuation of business, lack of children may lead to discontinuation of agreement, but in case of partnership, continued by the renewal of agreement. Distribution of profit, profit or loss belong to the single owner, but in case of partnership, profit or loss is divided among the partners. These are the main differences between the sole trader and partnership. So these are the different resources used by me while making the lecture on e-governance and sole trade and partnership, different type of businesses. I used different books, website and journals. Thank you and Jai Hind.